Joining us now for some instant reaction, Bernie McTernan. He covers Disney for Rosenblatt Securities. I mean, Bernie, this is a huge deal. It's a lot of jobs leading up to an election. What exactly does Disney do in the coming weeks and months to try to get its business back on track?
Yeah, and thanks for having me on. I mean, really, that we think we were taking the long view is that we always thought it would be a multi-year effort to get back to prior levels of profitability. And this shows that, you know, whether maybe it won't be on the top line, maybe it'll be a combination of revenue coming back with cost cutting as well. I mean, it's good that it shows the company's malleable, but at the end of the day, too, I mean, this is a massive amount of jobs that, you know, are leaving. And, you know, we've been waiting on California to come back. Universal's been saying the same kinds of things about trying to work with the government or local government to get them to reopen, and they haven't been able to.
What is the biggest hurdle, I guess is the best way to put it, that Disney as a company will face in the coming weeks? What can they do to get investors back on the bullish side of this particular trade?
Well, I think that the reason why you own Disney is because of streaming and because of their content. And really, there's so much uncertainty in all of media, whether that be parks and studios and people going back to theaters. Even on the advertising side, the one thing that is working for media companies is streaming. And really with Disney Plus, we're looking for an announcement with their Star Plus platform going outside the U.S. sometime, maybe this year or early next year. And we think that that's going to get investors to talk about where the next 100 million subscribers for Disney is going to come from on the streaming side. So, and that would, you know, right now they're at close to 100 million, and Netflix is at 200 million. So they'll be, you know, I think narrowing that gap over time, and increasingly we'll be, you know, talking more and more and more about the profits and revenue of this company coming from streaming and not parks.
Disney bulls have been accentuating the positive around Disney Plus for months, if not maybe more than a year at this point now. But I'm curious, Bernie, you heard me just read the statement that Disney issued with regard to why they're conducting these layoffs. They're laying a lot of this responsibility at the feet of lawmakers and regulators in California for not letting them reopen and do business the way that they want to do it. How do you react to that as an analyst that covers this kind of company?
Again, it comes back to me saying, you know, thinking about what's going to be going on with the numbers. And as I said before, that we expect them to get back to prior levels of profitability over a multi-year period. We modeled it coming back on the top line, but frankly, it seems like it might be a combination of, you know, the top line and cost cutting. What's interesting is that it seems like the park business could be changing. I mean, your parent company, Comcast, they had plans to open up or start construction on another major gate in Orlando, and has completely paused on that plan just because it's uncertain kind of what the next generation of parks should look like. And maybe it's less people and tickets cost more and you have less people working there. Maybe that's how this ends up.
All right. Bernie McTernan, who covers Disney for Rosenblatt, thank you very much for bringing us that analysis here on those big Disney headlines. We appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.